Good morning. I'm Rose from Grandma Rose's Open Pantry, and today we're going to make a gluten-free, sugar-free, no, let me take that back, gluten-free, less-free chocolate pie. And I made a chocolate pudding the other day, and I put like a third sugar and two-thirds stevia. So, and it was really, really good. But you can use all stevia, all monk fruit, all swerve, whatever sweetener that you prefer in yours. And I'm making a gluten-free crust, and it's something I've never tried this before, but we're going to see how it works. If it doesn't work, we'll just scrape the pie out and throw the crust away. but, but I think it's going to work. I have tried pies with all almond flour, but today, now if you're keto, use all almond coconut flour, but I'm not keto. I'm gluten-free. So in this bowl, I have 1 cup. It calls for 2 cups of flour. The recipe does. So I've got 1 cup of gluten-free flour, 3/4 cups of almond flour, 1/4 cup of coconut flour in here. And to this, I am adding, because if I was only using the almond and coconut flour, I would only put 2 tablespoons of my stevia or swerve, whatever sweetener. But because I've got the gluten-free flour and I want it a little sweet, I'm putting 1/4 of a cup of my stevia in here. And I've started using stevia because I really like it, and it's not near as pricey as all the other sweeteners. And Roy and I, sometimes those other sweeteners give a little tingle to your tongue, and we really don't like that. So I've just started using stevia, and it works. Or you can use Splenda, and Splenda works really well too. Okay, that was 1 cup of gluten-free flour, 3/4 cup of almond flour, 1/4 cup of coconut flour. And to this, I'm adding 1 stick of melted butter. And I did it in my little pie dish, so I would have butter on the bottom of my pie dish, and I wouldn't have to re-butter it. Okay, so I'm just going to mix this up together. I'm really hoping this is going to work. I had a subscriber, a viewer, write me, and she said, I use walnut flour. And I did. I bought some, and I really like it. I'm just going to go in here with my hands, because I can tell with my hands when it gets right. And if it's got enough butter. If it doesn't have enough butter, I'll put a little bit of oil in it. And I did order some walnut flour, and I really like it. But I thought the almond and coconut might go a little bit better with the chocolate. If I was doing a coconut pie, I think I would use the walnut flour, or some other flavor of pie. I think I would use the almond flour. The walnut flour. There's not quite enough oil in here. So I'm just going to get a little bit of oil, and let me measure it for you. That was 1 stick of butter, and I'm going to start out with 1 tablespoon of my oil. And I think this may do it. And I'm going to cook this in, even though I'm going to cook this in my oven on 350 for like 10 minutes. I'm trying to decide, the reason I hesitated, I'm trying to decide if I'm going to put a meringue on it, or if I'm just going to put Cool Whip. We're Kale and Cody's home from the Air Force. That was another ½ tablespoon. So they're eating with us tonight. So I don't know if they would rather have meringue, or if they would rather have Cool Whip on top of their chocolate pie. So, okay, it still doesn't seem to have quite enough. This coconut flour really absorbs the whatever liquid you put with it. So that was another ½ tablespoon. So that was 2 tablespoons of oil. and 1 stick or 1/2 cup of butter. Okay. All right. You see that? How it made a little ball? So I think it's got enough. I think it's got enough oil in it. I think it'll stick. Okay, now the way I do this, I just put it in my dish here, and I'm just going to press it out. And this is a 10-inch pie dish, and it's taller. It looks like probably 2 inches. It's taller than your little glass 10-inch pie dishes. So I just take the back of my hand and I just push it like this. I bring it up the sides like this. Okay. All right. I'm having trouble with my internet, and I'm having trouble uploading my videos, so I'm going to cut you off. If I do like a 15 or 20 minute one, it uploads pretty quickly, but if I do longer than that, for some reason it takes hours. So I'm going to cut you off, get this finished, and then I'll bring you. Okay, I've got my crust. As you can see, the little indentions in it, it's where I took my little, I've shown y'all how to do this before, my little measuring cup and pressed it so I could get it in the corners. I'm a whole little horse this morning. And press it down. So, but I think it's pretty, so I'm just going to leave it like that. All right, this is going in a 350-degree oven for about 10 minutes. Okay, our pie crust is still in the oven. And I'm going to show you how to make my homemade chocolate pie filling. And in here I have 4 eggs that I've already beaten really well. And I decided not to put a meringue on it because that'll make this video way too long. I'll just do a meringue on another video. And so I put my egg whites, I put the whole egg in here, which you can do if you beat it really, really well, which I have done. So that's 4 whole eggs. I would only be using the yolk if I was going to make a meringue. But since I'm not, then I'm adding the whole egg. And into this, I have 3/4 cups of stevia and 1/3 cup of sugar. And I told you this was going to be less sugar. So you can use all stevia, all of your sweetener, whatever you want. Okay? I'm going to beat this up real good. Now, to this, I'm going to go ahead and add 3 tablespoons of cornstarch. And this is my thickener, along with the eggs, of course. Eggs are thickeners. Okay? And you always put cornstarch in something cold. If you don't, it's going to knot up on you. Okay? Now, I'm going to put 4 tablespoons of cocoa powder because we like ours strong. We don't like a milk chocolate. If we're going to have a pie, we want a really good chocolatey pie. So that's 4 tablespoons. And I always sieve my cocoa because sometimes it has little knots in it and you cannot get them out by whisking. The only way you can get them out is by straining. Now this one did not have any knots, so that was good. All right, I'm going to stir this up real well. Put a little bit of salt, not much. And most of my sweet things I put a little bit of salt just because it makes it good. Okay. Now cocoa's a little hard to get mixed in, so but just keep whisking, it'll get there. Okay, now in this cup, if I was making a pudding, I would do 3 cups of milk, but because I'm doing a pie, I've got 1 can of evaporated milk, which is 12 ounces, and then I finished filling it up to the 2.5 mark with just whole milk. Now, I'm just going to whisk this together. We're going to do this quick in our microwave. I'm going to do it for 3 minutes. Take it out, stir it. 2 more minutes, take it out, stir it. And then I'll keep doing that until I get it as thick as I want it. And then I'll put it in my pie crust. I'm not going to show you all that because I've shown you how to do it before, like with a banana pudding or something. But I will come back when, probably after I've done it 2 times and show you how it's supposed to look. And then we'll continue putting it in the microwave until it gets as thick as I want it. So I'm fixing to put it in there for 3 minutes, stir it, 2 minutes, stir it, and then I'll see where it is. Okay, my pie crust is out, and I let it cook 18 minutes because I have the gluten-free flour in it. If it had just been almond flour, I would have cooked it like 10 or 12 minutes. But since I have the gluten-free flour, I let it cook 20 minutes. Okay? Now, this is my mix after 5 minutes. And it's already getting thick, as you can see. I've just got to beat it and let it get it smooth. Turn my timer off and my oven. Okay. I've just got to beat it, get it smooth. And it's already, after 5 minutes, almost thick enough. So, it looks real knotty when you first take it out, but just keep beating it and it'll get really smooth. Okay. As you can see, right there. I think I'm going to put it in for another minute. And let it get just a little bit thicker. So that'll be 6 minutes altogether. All right. After the minute, I'm going to take it out, put it in my pie crust. Then when my pie cools, then I'll bring you back. We'll put the Cool Whip, 0 sugar Cool Whip on top. Okay, our pie crust, our pie is ready. That was 6 minutes in the microwave. And look how smooth and pretty. Now, I did take an electric mixer. I've got a little portable cordless electric mixer because it looked a little, the consistency wasn't exactly what I wanted. It looked a little knotty. So, I just took my, I'm going to taste it. Y'all. Oh my. This is hot. I'm just going to put it over here. Look. Doesn't that look delicious? I'm going to put it aside. I'm going to let it cool. And then I'm going to come back when I put my Cool Whip on it. Oh, man, that crust is good. A little piece fell off. I'm going to let it cool. Then I'm going to put it in the refrigerator and cool it on down. So in a couple of hours, I'll bring you back when I put the Cool Whip on it. We're going to cut a piece. See, it's already delicious. Y'all, got to try this one.
My goodness, Grandmama, that's pretty. Let me eat.
Okay. Y'all, this is my chocolate pie. Sugar-free, gluten-free, and those are little sugar-free chocolate chips on top. And I took a few of them and just grated a few little sprinkles of the sugar-free. Now, the proof is in the pudding, or the proof is in the pie. We're going to cut this and see how this crust works. Okay, I'm hoping, you know, the first piece to come out is always the ugliest piece. So we're going to see how this works.
We'll cut 2 pieces and take the second piece out.
Hey, that is an idea. Okay. I'm hoping this is not going to crumple, and I hope it didn't stick.
Oh my goodness.
Look at there.
Ooh.
Wow. Y'all
Who couldn't eat some of that?
Y'all, look at that.
Wow. Beautiful.
Now.
And look how it can. Very good. A little crumbling, but that you're not going to get better than that. That is beautiful.
Yeah.
That is beautiful.
I'm going to get all of it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
You're going to have to put a sign up, no visitors.
Woo. I'm telling you. All right, y'all.
Oh, my
I'm
goodness.
going to taste this.
Sit down, honey. You might pass out.
Y'all, I'm telling you. See that right there?
Now, this is a sweet.
Gluten-free.
Just about anybody can eat a limited amount of it.
Sugar less. 1/3, no, 2/3 less the sugar. And you can use all of your artificial, not artificial, but your natural sweetener if you want to.
We call it sugar light.
Oh my word. Y'all. Taste this, honey. He's in the garden, he's been watering, he's wet, he's dirty. So I knew he wouldn't want to be on camera. Oh my goodness, y'all.
Mine, Rose, quit eating it. Woo, that's beautiful.
This
Delicious.
is a winner. This is a winner right here.
It sure is.
Y'all have got, I left a little bit of crust, but that's okay. I'm not a crust eater anyway. Wow. I'm going to put it back in the fridge. It's still not really cold. I'm going to put it back in the fridge and let it get really cold.
Delicious.
And then it is going to be so good. Thank y'all for joining me this morning. And thank y'all for being with me when I made this delicious, I mean scrumptious, yummy-licious, is one of my subscribers said, chocolate pies. Y'all have got to try this one. And
sugar light. No more than 1/3 the regular sugar. The rest you use in other natural sweeteners.
That's right, sugar light. Love y'all. Please share this video. There are a lot of people out there that would want to know how to cook this way. And they don't know that I have a channel where I show y'all how to cook gluten-free, sugar-free, sugarless. So share this video. Subscribe to my channel, hit that little notification bell, comment, let me know where you're watching from, let me know if you enjoy my videos, and if you have a recipe you want me to try, send it to me and I will be more than happy to make it on the channel. Matter of fact, my sister does a chocolate bread, so I'm gonna try to have her one day next week and let her show y'all how she makes her chocolate bread. So Diane, I'm just warning you right now, be prepared. So it's kind of been a little different around here the last month, but we're trying to get back in the swing of things. So I love y'all. Remember, food feeds the family, family feeds the heart, God feeds the soul. Put deliciousness back in healthy food. Love y'all. See you next time.